Happy Monday. It's Joe, and it's time for Pikket with Joe. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today. We've got 4 games to go over. Seeing you guys already jumping in the live chat, so that is awesome to see. Appreciate you guys. I wonder, how was everyone's weekend? I hope it went well. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Bit of a gong show of a weekend. It was so busy for me. And with all of those NFL games, I knew you guys would be busy watching that. Let's make some freaking money today is right, Johnny. Appreciate you guys. The Blues keep giving us free money. It's right. We're making so much money with the Blues right now. And the Bolts, yeah. What can we say about that? I didn't even watch the press conference after. I was so mad at our coaching staff for playing our top players. It just made no sense yesterday. But let's talk some hockey. Let's talk some positive things. Let's make fun of Edmonton. That will make me feel better on the day. Actually, we can. Well, we can. I'm going big on the Kings today, you guys. Free money. Let's make some free money on these bets today. Okay. We're going to kick off with the first game on the board. Kicking off at 7 o'clock Eastern, we have the Philadelphia Flyers and the Buffalo Sabres. Now, Buffalo coming in as a large favorite. Minus 235 here. Total sitting at 6.5. Now, Buffalo is a favorite for a reason. This Philadelphia Flyers team, I cannot trust. Urson expected in goal for them. He's got a 2.91 goals against average. So it's solid, but the Flyers are not going to be able to keep up offensively with the offensive firepower of the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres coming in here, averaging 4 goals per game, 32.1 shots on goal, and they have the second best power play in the whole league. This team is playing extraordinarily well. Now, both defenses are letting each team down, both allowing over those 3 goals and right around 31, 32, 33 shots on goal per game. So in this one, I got to ride with the Buffalo Sabres here on the puck line, getting them on the puck line at minus 1.5 is plus 105, which scares me a little. We're getting that little bit of plus money with it. Never a good thing when we know this team is going to win and cover, especially because it looks like everyone and their grandmother is riding with Buffalo today. So another way to look at this, you can look at their team total. No matter what happens in this, if the Flyers somehow are able to pull off an upset, this is going to be a 5-4 style game if the Philadelphia Flyers pull off the upset. I'm going to take the Buffalo's team total. You can get it at 3.5. You're going to pay juice to that over. If you take it up to 4, at worst, you push it 4. You're getting it at plus 105 for the over for the team total. So I do like that way. Now, when we look at the Flyers, they have lost their last 9 on that second leg of a back-to-back. So I do have faith in them losing this game here. They've also covered the puck line following a loss in their last 10. So they have been strong on that puck line. So it's a little worrisome here with the Buffalo Sabres on the puck line, especially with how many people like this play today. That's the thing that scares me because the Philadelphia Flyers are 15-6 on the road on that puck line. This isn't a team, though, that I have faith in against the Buffalo Sabres, who are just flying offensively. We know Tage Thompson is making us money left, right, and center. This game could be over in that first period. I'm going to look at Buffalo in the first period, too, on the puck line. Let me just pull up the odds on that because I did not write down what they were in that first period. I do like them to come out nice and fast in this one. So you can get Buffalo in the first period at minus 0.5 on that puck line at plus 114. And I think that's probably the safest and the best way to go. We know Buffalo comes out really strong out of the gate. Yeah, lots of goals in the Buffalo one. So we can look at that whole game as well. Total sitting at 6.5. I like it to the over. We got so many strong trends to that over. The last 4 meetings between these two in Buffalo hit the over. They're 45-20-1, which is interesting, of the last 66 to that over as well. The Sabres really stepping up versus teams with winning records below 400, going to that over, and 8 of their last 9 hitting that over. So I do think we got a lower scoring or a higher scoring one, not a lower scoring one in this one. Buffalo in regulation at minus 135, definitely a great way to go. You're going to parlay that with the Kraken. I like it at minus 117. Big shout out to each and every one of you guys for being here. Yeah, it just made absolutely no sense what we saw in that game yesterday. And to boot, then the Chargers, after starting all their starters, seeing the injuries, they still lose the freaking game. A lot of fans were like, well, we don't want to lose to the Broncos. Well, take your egos, put it aside. No, it's playoff time. And you're making the playoffs and they aren't. So the stupidest coaching ever for the Chargers. Let's get rid of Staley. That's all I got to say. Anyway, let's talk some hockey. Yeah, the over in this game is tasty. And I know everyone is on Buffalo. And what scares me here, because still on that puck line, we are getting plus money. We know the Flyers have been strong on that puck line. I just can't get there with them. I don't trust in the Flyers at all. And I trust in this Buffalo team. So I think that first period, minus 0.5 on that puck line in the first period at plus 114 is a phenomenal way to go in this one. First period, first half, and the game over. Definitely a great way to go. The next game on the board, you guys, we have the Nashville Predators taking on the Ottawa Senators. Now, Ottawa was like completely embarrassed this weekend by the Seattle Kraken. They lost that game 8-4. How did the Kraken put up 8 goals in that one? This is a game I didn't end up watching, so I don't know how they fell apart so badly, but I am looking for a bounce back out of the Ottawa Senators at home in this one. Now, the Nashville Predators are coming in at minus 102. The Ottawa Senators at minus 118. The total sitting solid at 6, which is a really interesting total with how explosive the Ottawa Senators can be. So I think they're expecting the Nashville Predators really not to find the back of the net. We know Ottawa's coming in here averaging that 3.05 goals per game. Got a super strong power play and penalty kills. So they're strong on both sides of that. They're averaging 33 shots on goal, allowing 3.18. So they are allowing these goals to come in and 32 shots on goal. Nashville, on the other hand, really has been struggling to find the back of goalies' nets, only averaging 2.79 goals per game and a 30.6 shots on goal. Now they are allowing that 3 and 34.1 shots on goal. So I think this is one where we can expect a lot of shots coming out of the Ottawa Senators. You can prop bet some of the players here. Brady Tkachuk is always a good guy to look at for the Ottawa Senators. He's been another moneymaker if you're riding him for those anytime goals. He gets more goals than he doesn't. Saros expected in goal for the Nashville Predators in this one. He's got a 2.77 goals against average. Now, the Preds have covered the puck line as an underdog in their last 6 games, but there's no value unless you're going to parlay this with another dog that you feel really confident on that puck line. And still then you're just going to get 2-1 to your money. So I'm going to stay out the puck line here for the Predators. The last time these teams played was in December. It was a 3-2 win for the Ottawa Senators. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, while it's scary here to take that under, I do think we see a very similar game to the last one we saw out of the gate. I think we see the Senators really tighten up defensively in this game after allowing 8 goals to the Seattle Kraken. They have no choice but to fix what we saw to them defensively. Now, in that one, they still got 4 goals. I wouldn't be shocked if they got 4 goals in this one. But I do see the Nashville Predators struggling to score here. And my main reasoning is Cam Talbot is expected in net for the Ottawa Senators. So wait on this one until he is confirmed. Let me see if there's a confirmation yet for him, because he is my reasoning in this game to take the Ottawa Senators and my reasoning to think it will stay under. Yeah, Cam Talbot is confirmed in here. Interesting. His total is 26.5. for his saved shots on goal. Saros confirmed as well. So I think this is going to be a good game. I think the Senators end up pulling off the win here. I would look at them in regulation. I don't think this one goes to overtime. So to get the Senators in 60 minutes, we are getting them at, let me just see, in 60 minutes, we're getting them at plus 126. So we will get some nice plus money with the Ottawa Senators in 60 minutes. You can also just take them at the minus 118 for the full game. But you're pretty safe with 60. And yeah, like I said, I think it stays under. The last 4 meetings between these two went under. Really strong trends. The Predators are making some nice waves right now. They've won their last 3 games. They won over the Montreal Canadiens, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Washington Capitals. Now, the Sens off that loss to the Kraken, as I said. They have a large road trip on deck too, but it's not till Thursday. So this is their last home game with Cam Talbot in here. I got to go with the under in this one. Anthony, I love your faith in the Predators here. I don't know why you always ask me this question. I do have cowboy boots. It's not Stampede time, though. The only time it comes out. And Johnny, well, I don't believe teams are due. You are right. The Senators need to get this one back on track. And that's a very good stat here, Rick. And while I do like it, I just don't see the Predators being able to keep up offensively in this one. I do think the Senators are able to come out and have a strong one. Ottawa in regulation. Yeah, if you take the Ottawa Senators in regulation, it is plus 126. You guys, that's why you shop those lines. You can get it at plus 135, 60 minutes on the money line. I like where you guys are going with this game. It seems most of us are in some sort of agreement here. Now, looking at Cam Talbot's safe shots on goal, the number is coming in at 26.5. We know the Nashville Predators are putting up an average of 30.6. And the Ottawa Senators. Sorry, I just brain farted. He used to be with Minnesota Wild. I was Cam Talbot, Minnesota Wild. Ottawa Senators are allowing that 32 shots on goal per game. So I would look at Cam Talbot, save shots on goal over 26.5. I think that is a nice way to go with this one. It coincides with the Senators winning for me, because if the Senators are to get this win, if this one's to go under, I need Cam Talbot to save over 26.5, because we know the Senators are going to allow these shots to come in. Now, the Seattle Kraken and the Montreal Canadiens, this is going to be quite the game here. 7:30 Eastern tonight. Montreal is a team that we really can't trust. They're just giving up the goals left, right, and center here. When we look at the last couple of games they've played, I cannot believe how many goals they have given up. Now, Sam Montembeault is confirmed in here for the Montreal Canadiens. He's got a 3.44 goals against average. Seattle Kraken expected to start Martin Jones. We don't see Martin Jones start a lot on the road here. He's got a 2.89. Now, the Seattle Kraken are coming in off winning their last of 4 games. They had that big win on Saturday versus the Senators. That was an 8-4 win. They have the Sabres on deck tomorrow. So they have a bit of a harder matchup on deck. I'm going to look, though, here is because I really want to say, let's take the Montreal Canadiens plus 1.5 on that puck line to keep it tight. It's minus 150. It's too juiced. If we were going to get some more value, I could see this one being a sort of tighter game. What I think is better, though, is I'm going to look at the team I have faith in. It's the Seattle Kraken to score goals. They're averaging that 3.66 goals per game, which is 3rd best overall in the league. They're not getting a ton of shots. They're still coming in under that 30 shots on goal at 29.7, but we see the Montreal Canadiens allowing 33.3 shots on goal. I do think the Seattle Kraken can go over their average goals in this matchup today. So the over 3.5 is minus 112. I think it's such great value here. The Kraken coming in on 1 day's rest are so strong as well, winning their last 4 on 1 day's rest. So you could look at the Seattle Kraken here in regulation. You're going to get good value, but I think the best way to take this is just to take their team total at minus 112 to that over. And then the game, we got the total 6.5. As long as you believe that the Montreal Canadiens can give you a couple here, all we need is, I think, 2 out of them. I do think the Seattle Kraken do what they did to Edmonton, scoring 5 goals on them. And the over 6.5 is nice here in this game. So I would take the over 6.5, but I do think the Kraken pick the team that you trust more to get those goals, and that's the Seattle Kraken for me. Yeah, Rick, they do play down to teams with losing records, and Montreal is one of those teams that love to get these upsets in certain situations. So that's why I think it's a really nice spot to look at the Seattle Kraken's team total. All we need is 4 goals at the end of the day. If Montreal wins that, I don't have the balls, to be honest with you guys, to take Montreal here on the money line. And there's no value on the puck line. So I can't get there, but I do think this is one we could see Montreal get the upset. But if they get the upset, this is a 5-4 high scoring over game for Montreal to be able to get the upset. We're not going to see the Seattle Kraken not score goals in this one. Okay. Martin Jones's birthday is tomorrow. Well, so does that mean they're partying tonight? Maybe partying after the game in Montreal? I know a lot of these athletes say Montreal is a phenomenal place to travel. Heard a lot from baseball players and that kind of thing from back in the day, hearing their old stories about traveling to Montreal, the baseball players and the hockey players really liking to be there for the parties. So we'll see what happens there, you guys. But great point on Martin Jones's birthday. Yeah, I don't have the balls to take Montreal today. There is no way. That's for sure. Habs burn you too much already. I agree. I'm going to be watching the national championships for sure, you guys. I will have hockey games going on in the background. The one game that I'm really interested in watching tonight is this one between the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. This is a battle of the Pacific, and you know my Calgary Flames are in the Pacific. So this game really it matters to me a lot here for my Calgary Flames. Now, the Edmonton Oilers expected to start Skinner. He's got a 2.88 goals against average. Phoenix Copley expected here for the LA Kings. He's got a 2.52. And actually, he is confirmed. So with Phoenix Copley in goal for the LA Kings tonight, I have to ride with the Kings in this matchup. Now, they're coming in around minus 115, minus 104 for the Edmonton Oilers. Total stuck at 6.5. I think the Kings can have a nice big win here. We've got Edmonton sitting 5th in the Pacific and the LA Kings sitting nicely at 2nd in the Pacific. This team really is playing phenomenal hockey. They're playing the style of hockey their opponent ends up wanting. They can play a really strong defensive game with that strong checking, or they can come out and play a really strong offensive game. I think we're going to see a dominating defensive game out of the LA Kings in this one. They're really going to have to slow down Connor McDavid and company. There's going to be a lot of hard hitting in this one. The Battle of the Pacific is going to be real. So I take the LA Kings at minus 1.5, or yeah, actually I am. I'm going to take the LA Kings at minus 1.5 on that puck line. I absolutely love the value here. We're getting it at plus 190. I think this is a two-goal game that the LA Kings win by. So I'm sprinkling on that. I'm going to take the minus 115 straight up on that money line. And I'm going to take them in the first period on the puck line at minus 0.5. We're reversing that puck line for them because they are the dog. And I don't know why in the first period on my book all of a sudden. So I'm going to take the minus 0.5 at plus 184. I'm getting that value. I just look at what these teams have done for us lately. The Kings are sitting 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. And Edmonton is just not doing well. Off the top of my head, it's slipping me their record in the last 10, but they've been covering the puck line as an underdog in their last 4, but I just don't see it happening here. I think the LA Kings are too strong. They've won their last 4 versus the Western Conference as well. TCU, I think TCU money line would be absolutely beautiful. I don't know if they can pull it off. I'm with you with the over at 62. I'm a little weary of TCU straight up on the money line. Georgia takes it easily. Yeah, Georgia is just so phenomenally strong. It's been a real nice storyline for TCU this year, and it's kind of like, which way does the national championship really want it to go? I always take that into account when I look at these games, but I do think this is going to be a good one. You can get plus 225 for minus 1.5. Anthony, make sure you let everyone know in the chat where you're getting that plus 222 for minus 1.5 for this game. I'm just getting plus 190. I do shop my lines over at Betstamp. If you guys use referral code Madden, the Kings are so strong. Look what they were able to do to Vegas. And that was what, a 5-1 win over Vegas. They're playing absolutely incredible. Someone let Ed know what bet you guys were talking about for plus 4,000. He's asking you again, and that's Bovada, that you're getting those odds. You guys, this is going to be a great day. Okay, Copley. Let's look at Phoenix Copley tonight for the LA Kings. Now, these two teams played back in November. It was a 3-1 win for the LA Kings. This was in Edmonton. They were able to pull it off there. Now, Phoenix Copley was not in goal. It was Cal Peterson was in goal the last game. And the LA Kings held the Edmonton Oilers to only 23 shots on goal in that game. Now, Copley's number is coming in at 25.5, and I'm still looking to hit it over the 25.5 at minus 112 to the over. I just think what we're going to see in this one is the Edmonton Oilers were so limited on those shots at, 23 shots on goal in the last game versus LA Kings. I think their defense will find a way to get some more shots on goal. But Copley's rolling in here with a 2.52 goals against average. I do think we see him step up in this game. I wouldn't be shocked if Edmonton gets a lot closer to their average shots on goal of 32.1. And the LA Kings are allowing a little bit more shots on goal than they were back in November. They're averaging allowed 28.7 shots on goal, which is 6 overall in the league. So I am expecting more shots on goal to come in. We weren't able to hit that prop with Cobley in his last one because, again, this was another game where the LA Kings defense really locked down these shots on goal. I think this number has now dropped too low. The last time I tried to hit him, it was 26.5 and 27.5. So they've now dropped it to 25.5. I do think we can go over it at this. I wouldn't touch it if you're getting 26.5 or 27.5 though. Because this is going to be a hard one for Edmonton to get those shots on goal. Yeah, early November. That is for sure. So you guys, it's going to be, you're going to take Caulfield and Connor McDavid there for your parlays. I like it. It's going to be great. Okay. And in that last one, the Kings got 32 shots on Skinner. I just want to see if Skinner is confirmed here for Edmonton, because then we can just look at his numbers quick. We do have Skinner. Skinner is now confirmed. So Skinner's coming in at 29.5 save shots on goal. Now, we know in the last one, Edmonton put up 32. One of those did go in. Skinner has a 2.88, and the LA Kings are averaging 32.2 shots on goal, and Edmonton's allowing that 32.5. I'd be really tempted to take Skinner over 29.5. I don't know if I'm going to get there. Not sure if I'm going to get there. That number seems so dead on. He's going to get 29 or 30 shots on goal. So it is like right on that 0.5. That's where I would have put it as well. Books did a good work with that number, but I think Copley's number is too low. You guys, let's recap. Let's build a parlay. Let's get this done, you guys. It is a beautiful Monday. I hope the sun's shining where you guys are at. It is shining here. Finally, after a couple of really gray days, the last couple. Okay, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Buffalo Sabres. This is at 7 Eastern. You guys, I think this is a no-brainer. Buffalo is just such a strong team. I'm going to take their team total over 4 at plus 105. Now, if you're worried about that and want to pay some juice, you can get it at 3.5. I think at 4, at the worst, you get the push. But I do think we could see this being another game where we see 3 goals out of the Buffalo Sabres in that first period. I would take that first period over. I'd take the full game over 6.5. We just need the Philadelphia Flyers to get us a couple here to push this one over, because I think the Buffalo Sabres come in and get 5 goals of their own in this one. I do have faith in the Buffalo Sabres here at minus 1.5 as well on that puck line at plus 105. We know the Phoenix, or I don't know why I want to call them Phoenix today. The Philadelphia Flyers have been able to keep things tight, especially on the road on that puck line, but I think they're outmatched in this game offensively, and they're not going to be able to keep up. So for the parlay, I'm going to take the Buffalo Sabres. I will take it down to 3.5, team total over 3.5. For the parlay. But like I said, if you buy that up to 4, you're getting plus value. And I think it's a solid way to go with this one. The Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators. I think this is going to be a tight game, but I think the Ottawa Senators get it done in 60. I think this is a lower scoring game as well. So we were getting plus money with the Ottawa Senators in 60. I'm going to take them for the parlay just on the money line. At minus 118, I think there is great value there as well. I think this one stays under that total of 6 as well, you guys. I hate taking unders. I'm really sick of it. You know, a couple of years ago in hockey, all of our totals were 5s, 5.5. 6.5 is the new normal. Now we got a 6. It's scary when you take that under. But I do think this one stays under the total. I think this game is controlled by Ottawa defensively, and we have a low scoring one. I also think Cam Talbot has a big night here for the last game at home before this team hits the road. Now, his save shots on goals coming in at 26.5. And for the Senators to win this, he needs to go over this number, because we know the Senators defensively do allow these shots to come in. So we're expecting Cam Talbot to really perform tonight. I'm going to take his shots on goal over 26.5 as well. The Seattle Kraken and the Montreal Canadiens. This is one where I could see Montreal pulling off the upset. I don't have the guts, you guys, to take them here at plus 160. There's not enough value for me. They were plus 250, plus 225. Okay, I might hit them at plus 1.5 on that puck line. You're getting no value. It's minus 150. So which team do I have faith in? I do think this game goes over the total, but if Montreal comes out absolutely flat, we can count on the Seattle Kraken to get us those goals. Now their team total is 3.5. Hitting it over is minus 112. And that's what I'm going to put into the parlay. The Kraken's team total over 3.5. And then the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. And now, you guys, if you were saying Martin Jones, it's his birthday tomorrow. Before we move on, let's look at Martin Jones's save shots on goal. See if that is confirmed, because last time I checked, he was not confirmed. He is confirmed now. His number's coming in at 23.5 for Martin Jones. The over is at minus 124. The Montreal Canadiens only averaging 28 shots on goal per game. The Seattle Kraken only allowing 27.4. I'm staying off that. I could see Montreal being limited to 20 shots on goal in this game. So if you want to hit it under, it is coming in at minus 102 for Martin Jones's save shots on goal. And I only think it hits under 23.5 because Montreal isn't getting those opportunities. And against his defense, they held the Edmonton Oilers to 1 goal in that game. Or what, did they finally get that second? I can't remember. But I do think the Montreal Canadiens will struggle to get these shots in this game tonight. So then that leaves us with the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. You guys, I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally biased against Edmonton. You guys know how little faith I have in this team. I really do think the LA Kings are such a stronger team. We know they're sitting higher in the rankings, but it's what have you done for me lately? The LA Kings have been making us money night in, night out. They were able to beat Vegas on Vegas's ice, pulling off that upset. So at home, when they've already beat Edmonton on Edmonton's ice, I'm taking the LA Kings here. I have to. Minus 115 on the money line for the full game. I'm not going to take them in 60 because I am going to sprinkle on that puck line. I'm getting the puck line at plus 190. And I'm also going to take the LA Kings on the puck line at minus 0.5 in that first period at plus 184. So because I'm taking it all those other ways, I'm not going to take it in regulation. Because it's just too many bets in one game on one team for me. But I do think it's a solid way to go with this game. So I'm going to take the Kings at minus 115 on the money line for the parlay. Now, as for this total, you guys, I'm kind of worried about the total. The under has hit in 4 of the last 5 meetings. The over is 11, 5, and 2 in the last 18 meetings in LA. I'm going to stay off the total in this one. I could see it staying under that total with 5-2. That hits us over. 4-2 gets us under that. I do think somehow the Kings pull off a puck line win here. They're only 9-12 on that puck line at home this season. We have Edmonton strong on that puck line on the road. I don't know, you guys, call me biased. I really do think we see the Kings defense really step up and contain Connor McDavid and company. We know they did it in Edmonton with that 3-1 win. So it's going to be a good one. Just to recap, you guys, what I'm taking in that long shot parlay, the Buffalo Sabres team total over 3.5, the Ottawa Senators on the money line, the Kraken's team total over 3.5, and the LA Kings minus 115 on the money line. Best bets, the Buffalo Sabres on that puck line. I really do see them having a big day. I also like them in that first period. I actually like them on the puck line on the first period better than the full game. At minus 0.5 at plus 114, I think they start off really strong out of the gate. We've seen that out of this team. I also love the LA Kings here tonight. You know that. I'm going to sprinkle big on that puck line. And I'm going to look at Copley for his save shots on goal over 25.5. I just think it's slightly low. So those are the bets for today, you guys. I want to wish you all the best in all of your bets. Yeah, if it goes to overtime, it will go over. You're going to watch the Kings, Edmonton and the Kings. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's the best game on the board tonight. You know, we have these other games where one team is not great. The Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators is going to be an interesting game. And I think the Buffalo Sabres, if you like a fun, fast-paced game, that's what we're going to see out of that one. But it's going to be interesting. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here today. Any unders today? Yeah, I would look at the Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators game to go under that total of 6. It is scary because we know the explosive power of the Ottawa Senators, but I think Cam Talbot has a phenomenal day. I lean on Edmonton and the Kings to stay right under that total. I think that game hits 6. I think it's a 4-2 win at the most for the Kings, or it's a 3-1. Again, same game we saw win for the Kings. So it's going to be an interesting one. Anthony, I'm agreeing. I'm glad you're agreeing with that. I want to thank you guys so much. Thanks, Rick, for being here. Good luck. You're taking Buffalo Moneyline, Ottawa Moneyline, Seattle and Montreal to go to overtime, Edmonton, LA Moneyline, and the over. Best of luck, you guys. All the best in all of your bets. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the national championship tonight. I will be back here tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss out. Favorite pick of the night? I'm going to go with the favorite. I think the Buffalo Sabres in that first period on that puck line, minus 0.5 with that plus money, plus 114 in that first period. I think it's a great way to go, but I absolutely, and this could be biased. You guys know how much I dislike Edmonton. Could be biased here, but I think the LA Kings are such a stronger team. Taking them for a sprinkle on that puck line, because you're still getting value on the money line for the full game. Taking the sprinkle on the puck line at almost plus 200. Some people are getting better value. I think it's worth it. So you guys, let's see Edmonton lose this one tonight. Buffalo first half plus 105. I like it. First period. I know where you're going with that. I just read it still. Okay, guys, have a good one. Keep smiling. Let's make some freaking money today. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.